Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Welcome to What's on Tap podcast. I am your host, Stefan.
I am still here as Martin.
Excellent. I'm glad you haven't transitioned yet.
So I identify as Martin.
Yeah, still.
Yeah. So anyway,
it's like where do we go from there? I can make some jokes, but I feel it would be completely inappropriate, so we'll just bypass that altogether.
we don't do inappropriate jokes.
No, that would not be
That's not our style.
That's not anyway whatsoever.
I brought two beers that have questionable potential.
I'm super excited about these beers because one is from Skelleftea, which is a Swedish brewery from Skelleftea, which is the middle north part of Sweden. And so it's above Stockholm, kind of in the mid range between Stockholm and Luleå.
Yes.
Which means it's about 3 hours in the middle of nowhere.
And seems about right. And you've loved Skellefteå since they made a beer called Kitty Butthole that you tried to order from Systembolaget and you were not allowed to because it was like discontinued or something.
Right. So I had it in the box that I was going to bring home, and they said, "Sorry, we cannot sell you a beer called Kitty Butthole." They took the can, they removed it from my order, and said we are not allowed to sell this beer. And from what I understand, it was some sort of ginger lime beer of some sort, and was absolutely just like rated like about a 2.75, something like that. Just horrible rating. And since then, Skelleftea, their claim to fame is that they make very mediocre beers with amazing names and packaging. There are so many times I've bought their beers just based on the name alone, and the beers have always been completely underwhelming.
And this beer, with Swedish marketing eyes, is mediocre, but with English marketing eyes, it's called God Pilsner.
There is so many ways to read this label; it is insane.
But in Swedish, "god" means not God. Good means tasty.
It means good.
Or good.
It means good.
Yeah.
Right. So the label is very simple. It's yellow and gold, Swedish colors.
Yes.
Or sorry, gold and blue, Swedish colors. Yellow field with the word God written on it, which is like a proclamation of godliness. But in Swedish, it also just means good.
Like it's tasty.
So
they're telling us.
It's almost telling you it's like a generic. It's like they just written the words "öl" on the front, like beer. Like it's the same proclamation.
Yes,
beer. It's a pilsner in a small blue print. Comes in at 5% ABV, and again, just absolutely love the packaging. They freaking nail it 100% on the packaging.
I mean, in the glass, it looks really good.
Oh, and the Pilsner is straight up just what you want from a Pilsner. It looks absolutely amazing.
It looks really clean.
Yeah,
the little bubbles that float up from the bottom of the glass are really small and delicate and as if it's going to be delicious. Yeah. The head looks really good.
Yeah. So spot on, like, first impressions, 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Perfect looking beer.
Now we're going to smell it.
And the smell is... It's kind of floral. Yeah. It's a little, I don't know,
soapy almost.
A little soapy. It is a little soapy. Let's see. So I'm not gonna lie. When we first poured this, I smelled it. I was just like, wow, that is dish detergent. That smells straight up like soap. But now that it's had 5 or 6 minutes to kind of release some
2 minutes.
No, we're at 4 minutes and 11 seconds, and then we poured it before that, so it's at least 5 minutes at this point. So I would say it's had time to aerate a little bit and release some of the, I don't know.
That is true.
Components of the smell. It doesn't smell quite as soapy as it did when we first opened it.
Let's try it.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Yep. That's tough.
It's...
Wow. There's a lot. Okay. So what's so weird is there's a lot happening in the flavor. There's a lot of flavors to work through. They're all just punching themselves out, trying to create some sort of cohesive flavor component. None of it works. It is bizarre.
One of the side flavors is unfortunately butter. Not good. I think the brewers call it diacetyl. Mm-hmm. One of the side flavors is unfortunately laundry detergent.
There's a sour element to it. Not tart, but like acidic in some way.
Slightly off in an acidic way.
And I can't say that I've ever had a pilsner with this flavor profile.
But
there's a lot happening in this glass.
When you say sour, it's like a Mexican lager with a lime in it. That little lime flavor.
No.
But that's not what the beer is supposed to taste like.
Sure, if that's how you're interpreting it,
yeah,
I will give that to you. How I'm interpreting it is some sort of acidic quality that I've never experienced in a lager before in a way that should never be there. This is maybe God means god awful.
Oh, you mean you're praying to God? God, please save me.
Yeah,
it's like a prayer.
It's like,
you
God,
say before.
God, this is awful.
God who art in heaven, please save us more awful flavors and buttery beers.
Oof, this is tough. Again, I love Skellefteå because they do amazing packaging and amazing naming of their beers, but their beers I have found to be regretful at best, and unfortunately, what looks to be a really great clean pilsner is it's just a nightmare in a glass. For me, this is like I feel bad, but it's like a 1.75, like a 2 maybe.
Yeah, no, it's a 1.5.
It's 1.5. Okay, I was trying to be like.
I don't want anymore. This is.
It's so.
This is defective.
So tough. It's so tough.
It's defective in several distinct ways.
Yeah, that's just awful. All right, so moving on to Wapnö. Yeah, we've had Wapnö before on the show.
We've had Wapnö, their triple IPA and their double IPA. Yeah. What I'm now surprised, I thought I brought, I know I brought these two, but I told you I was going to bring the new lager from Arvika Brewery.
Oh, that's right. You were bragging about, here's a brewery we've never tried before, which is Arvika.
And then I didn't bring this because the God Lager just shone its light on me. Well,
I can't say I blame you. If I saw that, I would be grabbing that first.
When you open the fridge and you see God Pilsner, you would grab it. This wasn't the one I was going to grab.
In traditional Swedish colors of blue and yellow. I mean, how do you avoid that?
That is amazing, actually, because we talked about this, the Wapnö Norvid rökel or smoked beer.
Yep.
And we said Wapnö is pretty interesting. Mm-hmm. They're just out of Halmstad, on the coast between Gothenburg and Malmö.
But Wapnö is not known for beer. What are they known for?
I don't know, grain?
Milk.
So
if you're ever driving up the coast between Halmstad and Falkenberg,
yes,
I believe you can see it from the train as well. You can see the farm for Wapnö. And they've got the W for the Wapnö, and there's a big green milk carton, like huge. It's like maybe 3 meters tall, 2-3 meters tall. It's a big freaking milk carton. You can't miss it. Wapnö.
Cool.
And so the brewery started not long ago. I mean, not long ago, but less than 10 years, I would say. So six years ago, something like that.
Yeah, we had them on the show 2019. That's 4 years ago.
Right. And then they'd been around for just shortly longer than that. So yeah, I guess about
5-6.
Yeah. So and they've been rather mixed results so far.
Yep.
Really like the triple IPA they come out with as an annual release. It's quite good. We had it on the show before. The double IPAs can be pretty good, but now they're dipping their hands into a smoked IPA or smoked beer.
They have some kind of closeness, openness, freshness. Okay.
Yeah. Nothing really. This is a 5.7% beer, and it smells smoky. It smells just like you would expect from
I'm expecting
from a smoked lager, kind of.
I was expecting more sausage in the aroma.
Yeah. It's not quite German. What's the German brewery?
Arscht Schlenkerla.
Yeah, for some reason, I cannot.
But they're just one of many smoke breweries from Bamberg.
But they're amazing, and pretty much all of their beers are just
sausage.
They've managed to make like one style of beer, but in like 10 different ways, and they're all very distinct.
Yes.
It's mind-numbingly crazy, insane how great those beers are, and how they're basically the same beer, but just completely different at the same time.
Yeah,
that's true master brewing right there.
And their smoked beers are really a masterclass in the smoked beer category.
100%.
But the weird thing is that little town Bamberg has like 7 smoke breweries within like 2 blocks of each other.
Can you imagine how tired you are of like you just walk up and go, smoke beers again?
No, that's not it at all. It's like, are we doing a pub crawl? Yes, we're doing a pub crawl. We always do a pub crawl. Our lives are amazing. Let's hit up all 7 smoked beer breweries.
I can't imagine if you live there that's your feeling. You're probably just I would kill for something not smoky.
Nope, that is your life. Every day you pub crawl all 7.
All 7, and you just try them all.
Yes.
1
liter per location.
1 liter. Wow, that's tough.
Yes.
Okay. Well, cheers here.
Cheers.
So, again, super smoky on the nose. Not quite pure sausage, but it smells pretty good.
The mouthfeel is a little bit too thin, but the first flavor you get is actually the sausage that I'm looking for.
I disagree with you. I don't think the mouthfeel is thin at all. I think it's right where I would expect it to be.
The aftertaste and the mouthfeel just go into this mild maltiness. The smokiness disappears way too quickly.
Oh, not for me at all. I think the smokiness really lingers and really...
I have more sweetness now in the aftertaste.
What I wish I had was some cheese. I wish I had some some hard cheese with this, because I think it would really complement the beer quite a lot. So the problem with a lot of smoked beers is if they're on their own, it's really a beer that you need to eat something with. For me personally, I think like you need like the beer sausage, you need cheese, you need bread, you need something to complement and round out the experience, because I think the beer itself is quite good. I'm really enjoying this beer, but I think that if we had a bit of like hard cheese or some salami or something, I think it would be even better.
Have you ever tried a smoked string cheese?
Yes.
When I Google it, all I get is American versions, but it's either like Romania or Hungary that makes a famous smoked string cheese. Mm-hmm. I don't think it would go well with this smoked beer, but it goes well with everything else.
Yeah, no, I love smoked cheeses. I'm kind of a big fan of. I don't like, say, the Italian smoked mozzarella, but I do like, there is a smoked mozzarella that's not in liquid. It's not like a buffalo style smoked mozzarella. It's like a hard smoked mozzarella. It's really, really good.
That sounds delicious.
But yeah, and I'm a pretty big fan of smoked cheeses.
Are you a big fan of this smoked beer?
I am an admirer of it. I wouldn't say I'm a big fan, but I think it's a pretty good smoked beer. This is easily, I think, a 3.5 for me.
Ooh.
I quite enjoy it. I think it's very drinkable. I could easily have a couple of cans of this, especially if you're having some sort of, if it's paired with the right food, I think it would be exceptional. As it is on its own without anything else, I think it's It's quite good. It's a 3.5. But like I said, with food, I think it can be like a 4.25, something like that.
I am a big fan of smoked beers. I was going to give this a 3 straight, but you made me revisit it, and I'll give it a 3.25.
Look at you.
But I'm willing to give beers a second chance and look at them through a different lens. But to be honest, when it comes to smoked beers, we know what they are supposed to taste like.
Yeah.
This one definitely tries to be a German Rauchbier.
Oh, 100%.
It really
100%.
does.
It's working really hard on it.
There are other smoked beers that go in a different direction. This one is not. This one is trying and not reaching. There's nothing really wrong with it. That's 3.25 area. Nothing wrong with it. It doesn't reach the goal it's aiming for. It's mediocre at best, unfortunately.
No, I don't disagree with you. I completely think you're right on the money there. I think that they have high ambitions. It's coming out pretty good. I think that the smokiness could be a little harsher or a little more pronounced.
Yeah.
To get more of that beer sausage flavor. I think the mouthfeel could be a little more rounded, a little more developed. But I think what they've done is a really good first draft.
Yeah.
So
of course, I agree.
I'm hoping that they do this again. They take the feedback from people that have checked it in on Untappd and course correct, and then come out with the beer again, and it's a little bit better. I don't think they're that far off. I think they're just a little under the mark.
They're on the right path. I think the problem is that people who hate smoked beers will not like the smokiness. They will think it's too much. And the people who love smoky beers, the audience for this beer, think it's not smoked enough.
Yeah. And if you're going to do this style, there's no middle ground. You can't land in the middle and please some people, because you're never going to please anyone if you do. You either 100% in or you're 100% out. There's no middle ground.
It's like if you're poisoning someone, you need to poison them thoroughly. You need to make sure that they're dead. Just adding a drop of poison so they get a little bit queasy, that's a big mistake, because they will retaliate. I'm not speaking of personal experience for legal reasons.
Okay, so we'll wrap it up there at whatsonthappodcast.com. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and wherever you can find podcasts.
Poisonsareus.com.
Yes, the Poisoner's Handbook, of course, Anarchist Cookbook. We've got a few pages in the back of that as well. So until next time,
keep drinking it, dum-dums, and don't poison anyone.